In your book on the like in the Indian chapter, you mentioned about the Maidans of Mumbai. So how this grassroots, shapes the identity of a country, like test identity. But can you give a contrast, to the elite schools of England, the grassroots of India and England, both are very completely different, like the Maidans of Mumbai, the gully cricket, compared to the elite schools in England. So draw the contrast and tell us how it's different, but yet it's the same.
Oh, a very interesting question. So I guess, yeah, I mean, throughout history or throughout cricket, as I show in the book, nature is more important for bowlers. So if you have the raw talent, you can almost merge from anywhere. Whereas with batsmen, nurture is more important. So your upbringing, facilities, who can bowl at you, just having enough time to practice. That's more important for batters, which is why, in general, players who are batsmen tend to be from like kind of more advanced backgrounds than bowlers. Also, this goes back to 19th century. We had in England this divide between amateurs and professionals, and basically, it's more fun to be a batter because bowling is too much like hard work, basically. So you do get these, and then you get these environments that develop. So in England, England is the kind of lots of things going on. So in the south, you do get a lot of players who come from private schools who play on these. Often their schools had incredible facilities, and the pitches are unbelievably good for batting. Like players say they're better for batting than county wickets and stuff. So they lend themselves to cover drives and true scoring, and you can trust the bounds and so on. So that's been a big talent factory for England in batting. But also equally, you have a lot of players from Yorkshire, a huge amount from Yorkshire, and they tend to come through the club system more than schools. And so that, I guess, reflects the strength of league cricket in Yorkshire and the traditions and the culture that are passed down. So you have this almost slightly split model, which is interesting. And then I suppose in India, you talked about the Maidans and Mumbai. I mean, that has been an incredible source of talent. Obviously, Sachin Tendulkar, Sony Gavaskar, the two most extreme examples of that. But you could pick a great Mumbai Test team that could really take on. Well, certainly the batters could match anyone. Bowlers probably not quite as much. And I think that is reflection. Well, it's a reflection of culture, but it's a reflection also that you have. Obviously, you have the chaos. You have so many games that are happening at the same time and everything. And when I talked with Tendulkar about his batting on the Maidans, it's just the amount of balls he'd face was just astonishing. And he'd play multiple games in a day. I think he'd end his days with the bowler bowled him with 70 fielders and with a coin behind his stump, and basically if he was able to not get out for that 15 minutes, he could take the coin home. So very, very tough kind of upbringing in that sense, but amazing experience. And also you just have from the coaches, I guess, you have so much knowledge and expertise that is then passed down and develops and stuff. So for a young batsman, there's really probably nowhere else that's better in the world to emerge and learn your trade.